Dear learners, welcome back to your educational channel Learn and Educate, where we were studying a few basics about the goods and service tax. Section 2, Clause 61. Input service distributor means an office of the supplier of the goods or services or both which receive the tax invoices which has been issued under Section 31 of the CGST Act towards the receipt of input services and issues a prescribed document for the purpose of distributing the credit of the central tax, the credit of the state tax, and the credit of the integrated tax, the credit of the union territory goods and service tax by the person for the said services, and issues a prescribed document for the purpose of distributing the credit of the taxable goods or services or both having the same PAN permanent account number as that of the said office. Therefore, as per the CGST Act Section 31 related to tax invoices, where a registered person supplying taxable supply of goods or services shall before issue the invoices as per the removal or delivery or supplying the goods to the recipient or delivery or making available thereof the receipts in another case, and where the supplier is dealing in the services and he issues the invoices within a period of prescribed as by the act. Therefore, when the date of payment is ascertained from the contract, the invoice shall be issued as per that date, and the due date of payment is not ascertainable from the contract, the invoice shall be issued before or at the time when the supplier of services receives the payment. The input service distributor shall distribute the credit of the central tax as the central tax or integrated tax, and by way of issue of a document which is containing the amount of the input tax credit being distributed in such manner which is prescribed. Then few conditions relating to distributions are, namely, the credit can be distributed to the recipients of credit against a document containing such details as prescribed. The amount of the credit distributed shall not exceed the amount of the credit available for the distribution. The credit of the tax paid on the input services attributable to the receipt of to the attributable to recipient of credit shall be distributed only to that recipient, and the credit of the tax paid on the input services which is attributable to more than one recipient of credit then shall be distributed among the such recipient to whom the input service is distributable. And the credit of tax on the input attributable to a recipient of the credit shall be distributed among such recipient, and such distribution shall be on a pro rata basis of the turnover in a state or the turnover in the union territory of the recipient, and that person having the same permanent account number with relation to the same office of the input service distributor who is dealing with a supply of goods or services or both and this is a tax invoice issued under section 31.